I've got a story for you today. I don't even know where to start. This one is beyond crazy. Like, I don't even know what I don't know how this is gonna go. It might be a short video, might be a long video. I don't know what's happening. Craziest thing of my life just happened. If you didn't watch my video where the car behind me, our 05 Pontiac Grand Prix, got stolen and then returned to us, I'm gonna link that up here because that's a thing that happened. We got the car back, no damage. We drive it. It's got 325,000 miles on it. And we drive it everywhere, and you'll see more about that as this story goes on. Anyways, the Grand Prix was stolen in Vermont, which is 6 hours from us. We live in Pennsylvania, central Pennsylvania. It was stolen in a small town, found a couple towns over. We got it back, no issues, no harm, no foul. Well, I mean, someone stole it, so, you know, for them, maybe a little bit of, you know, it's sort of inconvenient, but really, for us, it really didn't cause too many issues. But we got it back, and last Thursday, about a week after the car was found, week and a half, something like that, we decided that we should run to Philadelphia, which is 2 hours from us, and go to the Eagles and Steelers game in Philly. My wife is a big Eagles fan. I'm a big Steelers fan. I actually do root for the Eagles, though, when they're not playing the Steelers, just so that we have some marital, you know, happiness, and we don't have to hate each other all football season. So I was wearing a Eagles shirt under my Steelers jersey. I took it off on our way to the car. We went to, you know, got to the game, did everything, not really a big deal. Steelers won. And on the way out, I was like, well, I'm going to take off my jersey so I don't get stabbed on my way to the car, because Philly, you know, it can be a little hostile. And it was like a mile walk to the car. So it is now 11, 12 o'clock at night, something like that. And getting out of the Philadelphia stadium area can be pretty tough after a game. And it sure enough was. It's, you know, lots of traffic and things. And lots of construction going on Route 76, which, if you're from this side of the country, 76 is the interstate, turnpike, whatever you want to say, runs from Pittsburgh to Philly. It's like the main road that runs through Philly. And so we get out of the stadium area, get right on 76. We're heading 76 west home towards Harrisburg. And lots of construction, but we're maybe 10 minutes from the stadium, and went through a big construction area. There's lots of cops and things that are making sure that that area is safe. As we're leaving this construction area, I reach up onto my dash. My phone was up there. We were using it for GPS. And I was going to switch our song. We were just listening to music, and I think like the playlist had ended or whatever. And so I was going to switch songs while I was driving, which isn't a good idea. Don't do that. You know, definitely go hands-free. But I was going to do it. And I noticed that there was a cop right behind me, and I was like, well, hold on, I'll wait so that he doesn't see me using my phone while driving, so because I don't want to get pulled over. Otherwise, traffic is moving. The speed limit's like 50, 60, I don't know what it was exactly, but we're running like 30. We're way under. The traffic's heavy, and it starts to speed up a little bit where we're getting close to the speed limit, and this cop is still like right behind me, but traffic is so heavy that it wasn't really odd that he would be right behind me. Everybody's running bumper to bumper. And I was being careful because I didn't want to get pulled over, and eventually it opened up just a little bit, and like I'm in the middle lane, and the cars in the left-hand lane are going by, and I was like, well, I'm not going to stick around here. He can pull me over if he wants to, I guess, but like we're going under the speed limit here. I'm just going to go, you know, at least speed up to the speed limit in the other lane and try to get out of some of this traffic. And as I do that, he moves over behind me, and I'm like, this is weird now. I think I might be getting pulled over. Did I forget to use a turn signal? Did he just see me use my phone for that, like, or pick it up off the dash? Like, that might be what it is. And, but I really wasn't too concerned because I haven't really done anything. Like, I'm just driving. And that lane that I'm in now, traffic's getting heavier again and slows down, and the middle lane starts going. So I kind of move over, and I was like, well, I guess I'm going to go back to the middle lane. And as I do this, I see another cop car come up on my right-hand side in the, you know, first lane. And I think to myself, 2 cops. That is odd. But, you know, it's Philly. We just went through this construction area with a bunch of cops in it. And so I just keep driving, and that cop moves over into the middle lane. Now there's a row of cars in front of me, and I think there's 1 or 2 behind me, like to the sides and stuff too. So there's a group of like 6 of us now in between these 2 cops, and both cops flip on their lights simultaneously and stop all traffic on the interstate. Like, the highway is now shut down. The cars that were in front kept going. It's the first cop car behind. It's actually me. There might have been 1 other car in between me and the cop. I'm not 100% sure now. I have to see like real footage, but it all happened extremely quickly. This group of 6 cars or whatever stopped, and then however many thousands of cars behind us. And I see the cop immediately jump up, get out of his car or whatever, and start walking up through. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I haven't done anything that would warrant this type of reaction. So one of these cars that's in front of me in this group must have really, really done something. I roll down my window because I figure as he's going to walk up to this other cars or whatever, he might just say, hey, stay in your cars or whatever, you know, they say. I was waiting for instructions because this is obviously an odd thing that's happening. And he comes up to my window, looks in with his flashlight, the whole deal. He's like, is the car in park? I was like, yeah, the car's in park. And then he opens my door, which I'm like, okay, this is getting weird now. He reaches in, takes the keys out, and he's starting to reach back to unbuckle me and remove me physically from the car, or however he was going to do it. And he's like, this car is stolen. And my wife and I both bust out laughing. Truly, like, that's probably not the appropriate reaction, but we did, because we knew that we did not do anything wrong here. And we're like, what? So I look at it, I'm like, no, the car was stolen. We got it back. We're, you know, like this, I'm the owner. It was stolen in Vermont, and then it was, you know, it was returned to us. And so he like kind of like takes a step back. He didn't actually pull me out of the car or unbuckle my seatbelt, but that was the next step before I, you know, mentioned that it, you know, that I was the owner. And so he was like, well, I need to see your ID then. So of course, like, and you're kind of nervous. Things are kind of crazy at this point. I mean, there's lights and stuff going on everywhere. And so I very carefully, I mean, we had like, our hands weren't up. I think my wife's were, because they were at her door too, trying to get in that side as well. The other cop was, and I think there was at least 3 cop cars. There might have been more, but it was tough to tell in all the confusion. And so I'm carefully reach for my wallet, get my ID out, hand it to him, and he said, Spencer? And I was like, yes. And he looks at the other cop then for verification. He's like, was Spencer the owner in the police report? And the other cop verifies. They go back and check everything, like, yep. And so now we're still sitting, mind you, we're still sitting in the middle of traffic. They gave us some help to get over to the berm because it was such a heavily trafficked area at this time. And so got over to the berm, and they took both of our IDs and everything, and they're back running those. And I'm going to insert a clip here from this whole interaction, which I really wish I could have gotten better footage for you, but honestly, everything happened so quickly, like it wasn't even an option to really get a camera out and film. More proof that I need a dash cam, but I didn't have one. Here's these clips from when we were pulled over to the side of the road.
That is so...
So guys, I don't know what you're going to be able to tell of this, but we just had the entire, like, surrounded by police cars. Our car was not taken out of the system as stolen. We just got completely stopped in the middle of the turnpike, not the turnpike, on Route 76 in Philadelphia after a Steelers game. Eagles game, sorry. And just had police surround us. I was like, this is super weird. So just an error on the Vermont Police Department's side of it. Just crazy.
That is so funny. Holy crap.
This is the craziest thing. Like, I wish we would have gotten the first part for you.
Into this car.
Yeah, it was like a whole thing. They stopped traffic. We were in the middle of the freeway.
That is so... I was so confused. He
was like following me too, and I was like, well, this is really weird.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. Yeah. So that is the craziest thing that's ever happened in my life, I'm pretty sure.
Just call them up and make sure out of the system.
Okay, all right, we'll call them on the way here.
The police department that found the car was not the police department we filed the report with. So we should call the police department we filed the report with, right?
Right. And
Okay.
That's where? Is that in Vermont?
Vermont, yeah.
Yeah, Brattleboro, Vermont.
I have the deputy's business card. I'll call him.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because
It's just gonna keep hitting it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry guys, that's crazy.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never had that happen before.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what else to do. Like,
That's
they
why-
gave us the
that's
car
why I
back and
kept
said you're good to go.
laughing, because it was a whole thing last week, and now we're getting stopped for my stolen car that we got back.
All right.
Take
Thanks,
care.
guys.
You good?
Yep. I'm gonna get going. They're still behind me right now, so I'm gonna finish up this story when I get kind of back home or somewhere a little better light. All right, we're back here at home now, and I know that we, definitely went over some of the same things in that clip and everything, but it was just, I was so astonished as to what was happening at that moment that I just was like, I gotta record something here. I don't even know if it made sense. So in the clip where the cop is talking to my wife and I on the right side of the car, you'll notice that he said, we've never seen anything like this before. This has never happened before. So essentially what happened is when our car was stolen in Vermont, it was a little small town that we reported, just like a sheriff that came out and originally when we reported it stolen. And the car was found the next town over, or 2 towns over. I don't know exactly how far, but it's pretty close. The police department that found the car never actually reported it to the first station that we reported it stolen to. They never contacted and said that they found the car. So the police station never took it out of their system as a stolen car. And it is crazy that we have gone this long and not gotten pulled over, because we've driven this car everywhere for a week and a half now, and until we got into the city, never had an issue. We passed cops and all of those types of things. But the police in Philly said that, I don't know exactly how it works. If someone in the comments knows better than I do, if you're a police officer, they said like the low jack, which I assumed was like I would think OnStar, but I don't have OnStar active, so it can't be that. Or just the license plate scanning. I'm not 100% sure, but they were saying they were getting hits all over the city every single time we went by a police officer. And I think it just took like the 10 or 15 minutes from when we left the stadium for them to get enough police officers together to like pull off this whole synchronized maneuver to actually pull us over in a safe manner. I have absolutely no complaints with how the Philadelphia police handled it. They did a great job. As soon as they kind of saw my reaction and I said I was the owner, they backed off. They came up very stern, but it wasn't like guns drawn, tasers drawn, or anything like that I saw. It was, so they did, I'm glad with the information that they have, they saw that there was a stolen car and they pulled us over. I'm super thankful that they did, because if the car was still stolen, I would want it to be found and I would want the police, to do their jobs. And the Philadelphia police were. Honestly, and the police in Vermont that messed up, whatever. I mean, it was a sort of a crazy, scary situation for a couple minutes, but it was diffused very quickly. So once we left the sort of crazy situation right there, the police did say you're gonna get pulled over again. You've set off enough stuff. They are looking for this car in the area. And the Pennsylvania police, because I guess it was in Vermont where it was reported stolen, they could not take it out as a stolen car. So they were like, you can go, but you're probably going to get pulled over again. So call the Vermont Police Department and have them take your car out of the system. We did that. It was, not a big deal or anything like that. It took 15 minutes or something on the phone of back and forth of trying to get everything figured out. But they did take us out, and it was, somebody made a mistake. It happens. I'm not gonna, be too angry at them about it. We weren't, thankfully we were never in any danger. The police handled the situation, with a lot of professionalism. So. But I couldn't not share this story with you guys. I am trying to get the actual dash cam footage, because I think that would be great. I just don't have it. I wish I could have recorded better stuff for you while I was there, but it was so hectic for the first 5 minutes there that we had no idea what was going on. And filming just was not my immediate priority, and I didn't think it was for us. I thought it was for one of the other cars. I was like, man, there's some bad dudes around us, but it was us. It was my wife and I, and they really did, they shut down the interstate to make this whole thing happen and pull us over.
But luckily we're home, we're safe. The car is hopefully not reported stolen anymore. We didn't have any more trouble on the way home. And, you know, we're safe and sound. So just want to share that absolutely nuts story with you and the little bit of footage that I did get there. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll be back to some more regular content. And hopefully this is the end of the stolen Grand Prix saga. But I thought it was over before too. So who knows? Maybe something else will happen. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.